So, this is my third attempt to do a short in and out video progress report. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it won't be like too long. But I did write some things down, so hopefully, I'll stick to it. This week, learning to be more like a child in the way that I see my progress, right? One of the things my friend Chocolate Sushi Roll, hey girl, was talking about was how her son, when they're reading together in Japanese, he's not concerned about the stuff he doesn't know. He's more happy about the stuff that he does know. And it's like, oh, I see this kanji. And I didn't even think about it again until maybe later in the week when I was learning how to count in Chinese. It's like, oh, I know that kanji, or oh yeah, I know, I think I know that, or I can do this, or just real like seeing words in Chinese that it's like, oh, I know those kanji because okay, I think that I know that word, and it probably means blah 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 because in Japanese, that kanji means da da da. So just learning to celebrate every victory and look at every positive instead of being so critical that I can't even I can't win. It's like you can't win because you're constantly putting yourself down. Like, oh, I still don't know this, or I still can't do this, or this is still hard, and I stop doing it. Just be happy, like, woo. Just like Chinese, I'm just sitting there seeing the little kanji, like, oh, I know that kanji. Oh, I know that one. Okay, gotta do that for my other two languages. Like, I need to just be positive. Be like that kid who's like, oh, I know that word. Oh, I learned this. Because it's exciting. It's like a joyous moment, right? Learning to be more helpful and learning when to mind my own business. Just certain things like engaging certain people has made me realize like, I need to be careful that in my mind I might think I'm being helpful by correcting the person when actually what I might be doing is nitpicking, or what I think is a suggestion is actually me just assuming something. Like, you assume this person's level is this, but they probably, teach this language and they're just sharing something, from their week, and you jumping on here, like, don't do that. Don't be that person. So really just trying to be more aware and more conscious of my actions, making sure I'm actually being helpful rather than just being a jerk or, trying to be a little Miss Know-It-All. And learning to be more flexible with my schedule. My mood has been all over the place. I don't know, like this week I started off real strong, like woo, and then from trying to do everything, my mood just went blah, 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 blah. So it was one day I barely did anything at all. And then I had to really sit down and be like, okay, what works for you? Do that. And it doesn't have to always be exactly like this and I have to do it exactly in this order. Whatever works for you that day. Whatever you can manage that day. Do that. That's what you tell other people, but you're too hard on yourself, Jacqueline. Be more flexible. It's okay to be flexible. Sometimes you just got to do that. You got to change stuff up. All right. Now for these languages. Japanese, I'm going very slow. I'm no longer looking at, I'm going to learn 1,500 kanji this year. No, I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to learn these kanji by frequency because I want to be able to read quicker. So yeah, and that's kind of cool too. It's like, as I'm learning to write these kanji through my app, because it has the feature where you can learn by frequency, I'm like, I know that one. I just don't know how to write it. So now I'm learning how to write it. It's like, I remembered I learned how to write that, but I forgot it. So it's like a review. and I'm just doing 2 a day, and that's all I'm doing. And I'm only doing Monday through Friday, so I'm not doing every single day because that was taxing too to have to do it like every day. So I'm giving myself a break. Okay, like no. So yeah, and I realized, just this is my journey, so I'm going my pace. So slow and steady with my kanji. For Spanish, I realized my listening is getting way better. There was a show today that I used tried to watch like every now and then called Despierta America. I don't watch it too much because it feels like a gossip show, and I don't like shows like that. Telenovelas, like soap operas, gossip shows about like celebrities, and I don't like that. But when I went to watch it, I realized I was like, oh my God, I can understand them. Like, that was the most exciting thing to me because even at the beginning of this year, when I would try to watch certain shows or whatever, that shows particularly or specifically, like, everything sounded fast. But then today, I went from like passive listening to actually like actively trying to listen to what they were saying, and I understood until like this telenovela soap opera commercial came on. And it was like, ooh, okay, I don't understand what they're saying yet. But I don't know if I don't understand the vocabulary or the dialect or what. But hey, we are going to celebrate that win that I can understand these people on the show. Oh, my God. And I can also think in Spanish. It's not like super complex thoughts, but I can do it. And that makes me happy. And Chinese, yeah, so my friend is teaching me some like basic phrases, so I'm really excited to get, started on that. Um, I can't really count yet, like, let me see, it's like E, Er, San, Si, and then after that, I'm not sure what it is because I can't remember them, but I can at least do like 5 numbers. Kind of, sort of. Still got to work on those tones. Um, so yeah, thinking I may have to figure out some kind of method to make sure that I think combining the kanji with the pinyin helps. Because just the pinyin by itself, I really, really want to read it the way I would in English. So instead of like ba or where it's like shoe, I want to say shoe, she instead of shit. I don't know. It's weird, but I have to figure it out. And yeah, so all in all, I'm figuring out what works for me and what doesn't work, and I'm just going my own pace. And I think that's the most important thing is do what works for you. Um, just because, like, yeah, okay, I want to be like this polyglot, or this person inspires me, so I'm going to do everything exactly like them. That worked for them. May not work for you. Okay, you have to kind of know yourself. You have to know what you like, what you don't like, and just go from there. For me, in the morning time, I'm starting to see that I'm not exactly a morning person, but in the morning is when I'm more like work. Like, okay, we gotta get to work. Let's hurry up. Let's get this done. Get this over with. And afternoon time is when I'm more relaxed. So it's like, okay, I want to do kind of light, things or fun activities. And then in the night times when I start getting sleepy and tired. So then it's like very light, low stuff. Sometimes I might have a moment where it's like I can't sleep. So I'll do something. But, basically just find what works for you. Do that and go with that. And that's what I'm doing. It's like, I don't care if you think that you're like, well, if you do 2 kanji a day, you're not going to learn a lot of kanji. I'll know more than I did before. Again, like, it's not about, it's like, what is your goal? Is your goal to say that you know 2050, 1500 kanji or however many kanji? Or is your goal to be able to read the kanji that you learn, like to memorize them, to be able to write them, to be able to read it and be like, oh yeah, I actually know it, rather than, yeah, I learned this many and blah blah blah. Like, because what good does it do you, which what was happening to me, like I'm learning, reviewing 40 at a time sometimes in one day, and then, a week or, 3 weeks later, I can't even remember that kanji. Or I've completely forgotten how to write it. So it's like, okay, something not working. We got to change that. And that's what I did. So that is my update. I was going to try to do like, for next week, but I'm not doing that. I am literally I do things as I go because that's what works for me. So I am doing things as I go. Some people do better with like a schedule. Like, okay, so make sure, which I probably still would do at least for the grammar part, to kind of break things up so that I have an idea of, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing today. Rather than just, I'm just going to do it. And then, because that's kind of what happened this week. And yeah, it went down in flames. Like, yeah, that's not going to work. So, and I'm only doing kanji Monday through Friday. Okay, I'm giving myself the weekend off. Give myself a mental break, and just like, hey, we're not gonna be doing all this extraness. Every single day is taxing. So, yeah. Definitely still have to do speaking videos, because I have that fear has risen up again. Like, the longer it takes me to speak, the more that fear gets stronger. So it's like, no. I came a long way with Spanish, and I was getting there with Japanese, and now I feel like I'm regressing because I'm not speaking to people in Japanese. So I'm gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna push myself to get up out that bubble, do what I need to do. But yeah, that's basically it. I know that this video is still kind of long, but it's better than having a 20-minute video, which I had before. Alright, y'all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next Friday, Lord willing. Bye, loves.